The Montreal Canadiens, winners in 4 of their last 5 at Tampa Bay Lightning, who have lost only twice in December. Both teams on the second game of back-to-backs. The Hangout starts now. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome in. So it's the second game of back-to-backs. Montreal, a really solid 4-0 shutout of the defending Stanley Cup champ, Florida Panthers last night. Can they repeat that and do that against Tampa Bay? I kind of think this is a more difficult matchup for them tonight. So we'll see how that works out. All right, so I've got some news for before the game, and I've got some stats, and I've got the Guess the Score contest. Guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game. You can pick that guy from either team. You have to be the first person in the chat with that guess. You have to be from Canada. And if you are, you win the $10 cash prize directly into your bank account via Interac. That's why you got to be from Canada. Nobody's won the contest yet this season, so we're looking for a winner. So good luck to everybody. Leave a guess in the chat, and I'll give you mine. I won't win a prize if I'm right, but I'm going with 4-3. Reluctantly, I'm saying Tampa, 4-3 Tampa, but I'm also saying in overtime. 4-3 Tampa in overtime. I'm going to give the first goal to Patrick Laine. I'm going to be a little specific here. A 5-on-5 goal, his first one of the season. That's what I'm going with. I'm going to wait to see you guys because we're going to get to this. First thing I want to say is happy birthday, Jesse. Jesse is my middle son, and it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Jesse. He's not watching, but I got to say that. Habs have won 4 of the last 5, as I've said, and they are also winners of 7 of their last 11. Tampa has not lost, has only lost twice in December. Tampa has the league's best offense, 4th best power play, and the 7th best defense. Both teams are on the second game of back-to-back games. Lightning played last night. They beat the Rangers 5-2. Montreal played yesterday afternoon, beating the Panthers 4-0. Jacob Dobish. He is only the 3rd goalie in NHL history to record a shutout in his first NHL game versus the Stanley Cup champions, defending Stanley Cup champions. Only Hal Winkler in 1926 versus the Montreal Maroons and Darren Pupa in 1985 versus the Edmonton Oilers have done it. Jake Evans has goals in 4 straight and points in 5 straight, so he's kind of hot. This will be a much more difficult start than last night. I haven't got my thoughts straight on it. It's going to be a harder game for them for a few reasons. They haven't won in Tampa since April 2022. Tampa always seems to have the Habs number. They are loaded with talent. We do have their backup goalie playing tonight, but he's still got a .902 save percentage, so he's decent to good. We struggle against Tampa, especially in Tampa. So it's a more difficult game. We do have Monty starting, so that'll help, I would hope. And what else we got? All right, power play, 21.8% for Montreal, 27.7% for Tampa. PK, 82.1% for us, 81.1% for them. Face-off percentage, 48.8% for us, 51.1% for Tampa. Goals for per game, 2.97 for Montreal, 4 for Tampa. So they've gotten a big advantage there. Goals against per game, 3.49 for Montreal, 2.76 for Tampa. So goals against and goals for, they have the advantage. Power play, they have the advantage. Otherwise, it's going to be a more difficult game. Monty starting 12, 14, and 2, 294 goals against, 900 save percentage, 3 shutouts. Jonas Johansson, 4-1-1, 3.25 goals against, 902 save percentage, 1 shutout. There's the goalies. Tampa's lines: Point, Gensel, and Kucherov, Girelli, Hagel, and Geeky, Paul, Gonclaves, and Chafee, Glendening, Gergensons, and Atkinson, Hedman and Radish, first pair, McDonough, Chernak, second pair, Lilleberg, Perbix, third pair, Johansson starting. Habs lines unchanged, except in net. Suzuki, Caulfield, Slav, Doc, Newhook, Line, Dvorak, Anderson, Gallagher, Evans, Heineman, Armia, Hudson and Matheson, Gooley and Carrier, Jacky and Savard. And you see scratch there, Caden Primo. So I don't know if he got claimed or not. If he didn't get claimed, he'll go to Laval and he'll try to find his game there, and we'll see what happens with him going forward. I think if they don't claim him, Montreal will probably not be looking for or making a trade for a backup goalie, especially if Dobish plays like he did last night. Right? So we'll see how that goes. But I didn't hear anything if he was claimed. I imagine not hearing means he wasn't claimed. You guys, if you know, let me know in the chat, and let's get to you guys now as the game's going to start soon. All right. Guru, 4-2, Tampa, Armia with the first goal. Conservative Lawyer, 5-1, Habs, Braden Point, first goal. Bye-bye, 4-1, Habs, Hudson, first goal. BL, 5-2, Lightning, Brad Richards with the first goal. No takers on Primo, says BL. Not surprised. Primo's still a Hab. He'll be sent to Laval. Phil, how's it going? Another shutout? No. I don't think they'll do 2 in a row. Gallagher, first goal, 6-3 Montreal. Brad Richards, he says good times. Yeah, no takers on Primo. He now has more value by simply clearing waivers. He has no value. So if he's got double the value he had before waivers, he had none, so he's double nothing. Joe to Snoop. Hey, Joe. 4-3 Habs, Evans, first goal. Gislain, 4-3 Habs, Suzuki, first goal. That was the first win against the Panthers in Florida in 6 years. I didn't know that, Gislain. Guru says Finland and U.S. going to overtime. Wow. Go Finland, go. Take out the U.S. team. Lawyer, I feel bad for him as well. I really do. Talked about it yesterday. Now he's got to bear down and get his game together. I mean, what else can he do? He's got to. I think it would have been easier to go somewhere else, but he'll go back to Laval and he'll do the best he can, and we'll see what we got. Maybe he comes back all the way. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But I feel bad for him. I mean, it's a kid's life. It's his dreams. His life, like it's being, I feel bad for him for that. Hockey is a business, and they got to do what they can to win, and not, Primo's going to develop any further. He's got to do it in Laval. Last victory in Florida, 2018. Well, they're due then. And you know what? And if they would, by chance, win here tonight, I want to say that would be three back-to-backs that they would win both games this season. And they had trouble doing that. And if that's the case, like those are the little signs and little things you see for a team or a rebuilding team as they're getting better and progressing as they start to do things like that. So the signs are there. Monty was waived. It's how we got him. That's right. That's why he needs a change of scenery. So just like Monty went somewhere else, look what happened for him. Primo still has some potential. It's not going to do it here. I can't see it happening here. All right, we're getting close to a puck drop. Evans taking the draw with Glendening. Glendening wins the draw. We are underway. As he said, we're underway at Tampa Bay. What I'm looking for mostly from them tonight is to see them at the very least stay with Tampa. It's a close game. If they lose, it's in overtime or something like that. It's close. And it's a 60-minute effort. Like, I want to see that. They may lose. Tampa's a better team than we are, on at least on paper. But it's the game that they play that's important. Nice big save there right off the bat by Monty. Whatever the reason Monty was waived, I'm one that's glad that he was. It was a very opportune time when it happened. And I think it's a perfect fit. I think Monty's a really solid fit here in Montreal. As Carey Price said, he's got the right temperament for Montreal. And that's really important here. And Caden Primo does not. Finland won? Yeah, something I can brag about over the boys from the U.S. Go, Finland, go. And we beat Finland. Finland beat them. We're better than them. That's how Matt would put it. So nice. A little bit of good news. Matt will be getting an earful. Oh, yeah. They lost another goalie before Monty. You talking about Florida? I wouldn't know. Oh, I'm gonna bug him. Can't believe you lost in OT. How like he was bugging me. Wouldn't let it go. Yeah. All right, Habs. You're gonna learn on that. You're gonna win tonight. Matt was told about karma. Now they didn't lose to Latvia, but the very next day, he can stick it in his. What is that? In his car hold? What's that? Again, Dale, it doesn't matter why Monty was waived. It matters that, you get that opportunity to go elsewhere and it might be a better situation for him. Where's Rick? I don't know. Rick, he was here before. Rick's not here. It was just stupid what the guy said. Montreal had to travel from Florida. No, they were traveling within Florida. They had to travel from Sunrise to, or are they in Sunrise here? I don't know where they are here as opposed to, but that's all they had to travel. Yeah, I noticed that Cole does look older and Lane does look about 14. Come on, guys, get one. So far, only one shot apiece. We are 3.5 minutes in, and there's no score yet. I know they have another brother. I don't know. Does he play hockey? He must play hockey. I don't know anything about the other brother, though. A nice quick 5 minutes into the first. Good stop, Monty. That was close there. Oh, no. Caulfield can't catch up in time. We couldn't capitalize on 2 giveaways. It's almost 6.5 minutes gone in the first. Shows promise for an interesting game. There's been some good chances on both sides already. More so, I think, on Tampa's side for Tampa. But this could be a really interesting, fun edge of your seat type game. Kind of my prediction, 4-3 in overtime. I mean, it's probably going to be a close game. That's what I hope. Lane Hudson has 3 brothers, Cole, Lars, and Quinn. So which one's the? I think Quinn is the next one to get drafted. I've heard of Quinn. Lars, I did not hear of. Only a couple days left in the new year. Yeah, and New Year's Day. I know people work, but there's a 3 p.m. I mean, unless that's been like it's a misprint, but it's a 3 p.m. game. They're in Vegas, and then at 7:30 is Canada US for the. I think it's the last game of the round robin part of the World Junior. So if all goes well, timing should be really close, but I should be able to do both. And Matt is going to, believe, join me for that second one. And we have a bet going. We just don't know what the price to pay if you lose is yet. Phil, yeah, I try not to be a grammar Nazi anymore on the spelling of Hudson. A lot of people spell it wrong. You do. Did I hear about Jimmy Carter? Did he pass? I did not till right now, if that's the case. If he did, imagine he lived till 100. I can't imagine any other news. When you say, did you hear about Jimmy Carter? I can't imagine it being anything else. Yeah, I'm streaming both. I'm streaming the Vegas game and the World Junior Championship game. Going to be a busy day, but you know what they say? You're not in entertainment if you don't work on New Year's Eve. So I guess I'm in entertainment. So far we're almost 7.5 minutes in, and shots are 3 apiece, no score. Conservative lawyer, you're keeping us in suspense there with the not letting us confirm that. Have I ever heard a bad thing about Jimmy Carter? No. What he might consider bad about him was not bad. His administration wasn't bad. I lived through it, so he got stuck at a bad time with the supposed gas shortage, and that really affected him. And then the hostages, the Iran hostages. Never heard anything good about Jimmy Carter. Wow, that's really all right. Compared to there's nothing wrong with the current president. The future one is the problem. The current one, if you don't listen to the bullshit and be a sheep that listens to stuff that's not accurate and believes it, you'd know the truth, I guess. But most people don't. I mean, that's what's going to happen here in Canada. Just affected by all the lies, and they believe everything they hear from the wrong people. Just not exactly Habitat for Humanity. I mean, like you never heard of that? The guy worked building houses for poor people till he was like 98 years old. Literally building houses out there with hammers and like I don't know how you haven't never heard of that. Joe, I think I know. I've heard that story. I just don't know all the detail. But I think you're right. We got a game going on too. I haven't been watching. Anyway, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. If that's what happened, no one confirming this, but rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. He was a great man. Jimmy Carter was a great man. Maybe not the best president, but definitely far, far from the worst. And he was a great man. A little too religious for my liking, but not in a bad way. All right, what we got here? 11 minutes left in the first. Shots are only 4-3 for Tampa. There's no score. You're somewhat of a nuclear, yeah, sure you are. Come on, guys. Come on. 2-on-1. Oh, Coughlin didn't get good wood on that. Hudson misplay. All right. Well, confirmation that he did die. What else? I mean, if you're saying if you heard about him, that's what it is. He was a peanut farmer. Yes, he was. The bad thing about Jimmy Carter was his brother, Billy Carter. That guy was. That guy was. Yeah. I think he caused his brother more grief than anything else. He had a beer named after him too, Billy Beer. Made of fermented potatoes, but no, that's not true. But Billy Beer was true. Commercials, commercials. I hate commercials. Um. Yeah. Anyway, ask me anything you want to know about Jimmy Carter. I know I don't know everything. It's sad that he died, but I mean, he's 100 years old. I mean, guy lived a full life. Oh, look who's there. Hey, Lou, how's it going? Oh, we're back here. Joe, he did. He lived a very simple life. He was just a simple guy. Probably the most honest guy that got into politics in the U.S. that ran for president. That was his problem. He wanted to do good, but it's a corrupt system. Anyways, like I said, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. All right, so your heater died. Not again. Come on. The second one died too. And get a different heater. Jimmy Carter died. 100 years old. Habs are doing a hang on a sec. Seriously? Get a different heater next time, Lou. That kind is no good, obviously. Okay, what I was gonna say is they almost got a breakaway there, sorry. Good to see the Habs being able to sort of control the front of the net, the slot and everything. They're able to get their sticks on stuff or clear pretty quickly. It's a huge difference from before the trade for Carrier. Even if he's not on the ice, it seemed to solidify them all the way through their defensive pairings. Also, I think it allowed them to have better pairings. Anyway, listen, we're 12 minutes in. So far, so good in this game. Still no score. Shots are low. They're not getting blown out in any way. I think the only thing I'm noticing maybe is that there's a little bit. Oh, and we just scored. Lou, you're gonna like this. Here's your in action. There you go. That was Newhook. Newhook gets his 7th, I think. That means the second. I was close. I had Laine getting the first goal 5-on-5. He was on the ice. Let's see if he. Yeah, well, Laine gets an assist on that. I was close for the first goal. Anyway, Montreal up 1-0. Are we going to get in a repeat of last night? No. Wow. That would be awesome. Who'd have thought last night we shut out the Panthers? Can we do that to Tampa? I doubt it. But good. It's a good thing getting the first goal is it's a big thing for Montreal. I don't think they win a lot of games when they don't get the first goal. Yeah, this is a much different team. You can see it in their play. They're playing more confidently. They're playing like they deserve to be there, instead of running around like the Keystone Cops and mostly in their own end. They're able to get out of their own zone faster. Things are starting to click for them this season. Which is about time. I mean, consider we're in game 36. We all thought it would click pretty quickly in the season. So is it clicking in time for them to be in the mix? I saw one or two writers saying, well, they're back in the mix. They're not in the mix now. They're still 5-6 points, maybe 7 points out of the Eastern. They're not in the mix yet. They win another game or two and move up a little bit, get closer, then maybe. But they're not in my opinion, they're not in the mix yet. But they're on the edge of it. So it was Newhook from Matheson and Laine. Laine also getting an assist. He hasn't got a lot of those yet. So maybe that's a sign he'll start rounding out his game more than just being able to score on the power play. I do have a prediction for today that he gets a goal at 5-on-5. It was close. Let's see if he can still got time. So we are at 7:05 left in the first on my screen. Shots are now 6-5. Montreal's leading that, and we are also leading on the scoreboard 1-0. And oh, my dog's gonna bark. Yep. We'll let her bark first. All right, Ray. You can't see anything out there anyway. All right, no barking, Ray. Shit, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. It's gone. Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. This road trip that started with the Columbus game, very important road trip. As a lot of people are writing about, this is basically how this road trip goes, how the rest of the season is going to go. If they have a winning road trip, they might end up in the mix and actually make a run at a playoff spot. If it's a poor road trip, which doesn't look like it's going to be, they're probably not. So kind of like, are they going to have a good draft pick? Or are they going to have a so-so draft pick? That's probably what's going to happen here. Going to tell the tale. But for everybody that's been complaining about they don't win, it's a good thing. And if they're starting to pick it up in the third year of the 5-year rebuild, I dare say the 5 years will probably be accurate, and it won't be one of those 7, 8, 9, or like the Buffalo Sabres 14-year rebuilds. So we want to see them in year 3 actually making progress and starting to be competitive, So far, it's happening. We'll see if they can keep it up. Just under 6 minutes now left in the first on my screen. Let's see how Kirby Dach responds to that game yesterday, because he was good yesterday. So if that jump starts him, because if that jump starts him, going to help Laine and Newhook. I thought it was a save, but it was redirected into the netting. Go put the kettle on, Joe. I tell you this, if they, and I fully expect they will try to go get a center if Dach doesn't turn it around and prove to them he's that guy, Nick Suzuki's your number one center. I don't care who they're bringing in. Okay, I shouldn't say that, but the guys that would probably knock him out of place, I don't think they can get. So he's the number one center going forward. And if he hasn't proven that to you guys by now, like he's point a game still, 36 games in, although he'll need a point today to keep that up. But he's proven it all around that he is the number one center for this team. So don't expect that they're going to get a guy in, that's going to knock Suzuki backward. I don't think it is. But yeah, if you have Kirby Dach as your third line center, now you got a scoring team. You got 3 scoring lines that could be dangerous, I personally think Dach showed signs of being that number 2 guy. Let's see, can he show that again when he gets used to that rebuilt knee? Dvorak is actually, being just okay. Is great. That's better than he has been. For Evans, Evans has been fantastic. He is in a contract year, playing for a new contract, so it's not a huge surprise. But yeah, he's gonna eclipse his career highs, like with a lot of season left. He's close to it now. He's at 22 points. I think his career high is like 27. So he's going to eclipse that pretty soon. Gadon, that I'll give you that. They're in the mix to be in the mix. They're just outside being in the mix. But I don't want to, I wouldn't want to get overly excited about it yet, is what I'm saying. Let them keep going. When I'm going to say that I think they're in their mix, I want them to be legitimately in the mix. Just I never said he was those guys. I think Barkov, you can start maybe, but he's not McKinnon, McDavid. I didn't say that. But he's a number 1 center. Legitimately. Our goal is not to make the playoff. I don't think that's their goal. Their goal is to make the playoff. As fans, our goal is for them not to, so we get a better draft pick. But their goal is to make the playoffs. They've said it. They changed it, but now they're playing better. It's just going to mean they go back to, maybe we make the playoffs. Army is playing better than last year, Joe. Absolutely. Right now, this lineup is gelled pretty well, and they're playing well as a team. Last, I guess 11 games where there's 7 wins in 11 games. They're putting the pieces together. It's starting to fall into place. It's not perfect yet, but over the next 2 seasons, as more pieces come in, you can start seeing how good this team can be. And for me, who've been through the 70s and saw the last great Habs teams and what they could do, I know what the potential could be. They're starting to look like they're going to get there anyway. She's like, cup or bust was our motto every year. Win the cup or not a good season. That's just how it was. I don't think any city or fan, you can't do that anymore. There's too many teams and it's too hard to win. But your motto should be that to win the cup if you're a contender. So now the motto is let's get to the contender status. hopefully they're on pace for the contender status, probably 3-4 more seasons. If they keep, if it doesn't slow down, if their progress doesn't slow down. Almost at the end of this period. 2:45 left on my screen in the first. Shots are 10-7 for Tampa. 1-0 Montreal, though. Two on one. Not the right combo that you want. Dvorak and Anderson, but nothing came of it. Habs took a penalty here. Flashing or hooking? Hooking. Yeah. And you look at that and that's nothing, right? You look at it and it is nothing. That's a weak call, you could say, but you can't hit the hands with a stick. You can't. If you get in the guy's hands, you're going to get called for hooking. At least they've been more consistent with that. So it happens. You look at it and go, but that's what it is. Jack eye, 2 minutes for hooking. Back in the 80s and 90s, man, you could whack guys on the hands, no problem. And now you can't touch them. Our PK unit is good, 82% coming in. A little slightly better than theirs, but they've got a good power play, 27.7% coming into this game. So it's a challenge to it's a challenge. Habs PK unit has been good. Killed off half. I wouldn't say we're happy about that just then. I hope once we get back to the playoffs, they've got that problem solved where they built a team that is good in the regular season, but also built for the playoffs. And I think that's what they're doing. All right, first period's over. It's 1-0 after 1 for Montreal. Almost who'd have thought that? If I'm correct, that's what we were leading Florida by last night by 1 after 1. Or was it no score? It might have been no score after 1. I'm not sure. Good job by Montreal. They're starting to get it. They're starting to get it. I don't know how else to put it. They're starting to get it. Which means also, right? Something that a lot of fans have been complaining about the coach about is the defensive system. The man on man coverage, also zone coverage. So it's a hybrid or whatever you call that. The word's not coming to me. They're starting to get that system. They're playing it better. Having Carrier there seems to be that he's fine with it. And I don't think they changed that system. I don't think they played 30-odd games with that and then said, let's go back. I don't think so. So, they're getting better. Am I babbling about it? I don't know. I feel like I am. They're going to need Mailloux for the playoffs. I don't know. Mailloux hasn't been great. Mailloux has not been putting up numbers. Last I saw, he had 3 points in his last 20 games or something like that. He's not the player that we thought he was going to be this season. The guy that you're talking about is Engstrom. At the same time that Mailloux had put up a goal and 2 assists, Engstrom had, I think, 2 goals and 8 assists, or better than that. I'm not sure, but much better than Mailloux. And it seems like Engstrom's got his offensive game going. But quite frankly, I see no problem with our defense right now. Don't think we're going to make the playoffs personally, so I don't think that's a problem. But our defense has been fine. Just that it was no score after 1, eh? Okay, so even better than last game, we're up by 1. Lawyer, I think that's part of what we're seeing is that system is coming together. BL, I agree with you. Playoffs? Are we talking playoffs? I don't think we're going to be talking playoffs. I still don't think so. Until such time as that changes, I don't think they're making the playoffs. What I do think is they may make a run that looks like they could make the playoffs, and that would be awesome. That would be an improvement. That would be progress. Lord, Carrier has been, it's a minor trade they made, but you know what? It was a really big trade for Montreal. His addition, it's one of those things, you don't need the best guy. You need a guy that's capable of doing his job. And that's what Carrier is. He does his job. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and you don't notice him a ton out there, but that's perfect. He is solid, and that's how he was. To me, that's how he was built as come in, a guy that can play defense, play PK, and chip in here and there with some offense, and just a guy that is solid and reliable, and that's what he's turned out to be so far. Where's Matt? Matt, it's the game started at 5. It is Sunday. I have no idea. He said he had something to do, so. And he was in yesterday, so I'm not going to complain. I forget what it was, but he had something to do with the girlfriend. David, I don't see how you. Okay, listen. Let's put it this way: when you do something new and you start and it's unfamiliar, you're not great with it. It takes a little while, and then all of a sudden, for some things, it's just all of a sudden it works, and you're better at it, and that's what this is. They weren't going to pick it up like that. It's not like they're going to struggle with it even all season, and then next season they're like that. They're going to get better at it as they go along. I'm sure they're not playing it perfectly either yet, but they're playing it better. Baby, yeah, we got that Primo cleared. Yep. It's funny because there was a little Instagram video that I shared with the group because they're making fun of that with the overtime and everything, and it was the guys going uh, like what was going on in the locker room, in Canada's locker room after, and they're all just standing around looking like that, right? So I put that in, and they're all laughing about it, but they're doing it now. That's karma. They're active in our chat group, though. The American Boys is talking to each other. So when the game's done, I'll get in there and I'll make fun of them a bit. Okay, but BL. I encourage the trash talk. And another thing you got to understand from Matt and the boys in Boston. And I learned this actually from another one of these Instagram videos. For some reason, there was a couple of days I was just getting all this Boston stuff, and one of them was about like growing up in Boston. What a lot of people don't understand, and is that they're on each other like that all the time, rubbing it in, insulting, calling names. That's growing up Boston. It just means they like you more than you think. Um, so yeah, what do you expect from him? It's okay. Listen, they get what's coming to them today, right? By that loss, so we can do the same back to them. But what do you want him to do? He's happy Canada lost. Of course, he's happy. If he would have been like, they would have been fake. So why would you want somebody to be fake like that? And sorry, but Matt's part of what goes on around here. So he had the right to be happy that it would affect his team positively until today when karma struck. That's what happens, right? They thought they were going to roll right through the 4 games. And whoops, maybe not so much. BL, I tell them that all the time. I use that line all the time on those guys. Americans don't know shit about hockey. Anyways, it's not a problem for me. It shouldn't be a problem for you guys. On this channel, especially, we allow everybody here cheer for who you like. Just don't be nasty about it. And he wasn't nasty about it. If it had gotten nasty, I would have stopped him, but it was, I'd have done the same. And I will. Do I know who Dennis Leary is? Yes, I do. You mean the guy that stole his act from oh shit, what's his name now? Shouldn't have said that. But yeah, I know who Dennis Leary is. BL Matt is not that. God, no, he's not bad. That's insulting. That's not fair. Dennis Leary is funny as hell. I don't know. I don't find whatever. Whatever. I get that people find him funny. And he is funny, but he steals a lot. He stole a lot of his material to get to where he was. Let's put it that way. His whole act when he was young, he stole from somebody. And if you're going to ask me the guy's name, I'm not going to be able to tell it to you because it's just out of my head. You can look it up. Bill, you know what will happen when you do that. You do that, you know what's going to happen. Even as a joke, don't do that. Because that I don't find funny. Just like I don't find it funny to call somebody something like a Trump lover and they're not. It's not normal times. So well, Dennis Leary's from Boston. What do you want him to come in here and say? Oh, I love the Montreal Canadiens. Would we go to Boston and say we love the Bruins? I won't do that. I will only say that I respect the Bruins a little bit more than I ever did, but it doesn't mean that much to say that. I still hate them. So, no, I mean, if I went to Boston, I'm not going to go, oh, yeah, I like the Bruins. I like the Bruins. No. And if you don't like the fact that I don't like the Bruins and I'm a Habs fan, that's your problem. Anything these days is a break from politics because everything is politics these days. So, yeah. Will Primo find his game in Laval or up his trade value? It's really hard to say. Honestly, Bial, we know that. Honestly, it's really hard to say. I hope the best for Primo. I got nothing against the kid. I don't see that there's a spot in the future for him here. So best thing for him is to go to a different organization and see if he can do something there. I don't think he's ever going to do something here. So I don't know if I love Boston because I've never been. I tend to think I will like Boston, the city, but I'm never going to like the Bruins. And see, with Brad Marchand, I hate Brad Marchand, the hockey player. Brad Marchand, the person, I tend to think if I ever met him, I'd like him. And I hate myself for saying that almost. But everything I've heard about the guy, he seems like a really nice guy. He's just one of those nice guys that gets on the ice and he's not so nice. Like a lot of nice people, they get behind the wheel of a car. Road rage, it's like that for some people playing hockey. I played hockey with some people. They were great people off the ice. On the ice, they were lunatics. So it's the same thing. So I suspect Brad Marchand is like that. But yeah, we talked about this earlier, man. He was a great man, Jimmy Carter. We talked about this. Max Lapierre was a shitster, and he still is with Chris Nyland on the Sick podcast. I've seen him say some stuff like, no, dude, no. And they were wrong because they were all over Marty and this and that and then that. And it was just patience. And who was preaching patience over here? I was. And it's starting to pay off, isn't it? So, yeah, he's a shit disturber, but it doesn't mean it's a good thing all the time. Born to be a Hab, but he's an RFA. So Montreal still has his rights. So they have to move him. Or release him somehow. I don't know if they can just totally release him and make him a free agent. But you know what? If he plays in Laval, he starts to play a little better. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, so you can move him and get something for him. But I also think they would have been just as fine with him being claimed. I think that, but maybe not. From everything I've heard, Boston is a great city. The only time I was near Boston, we didn't get into the city. I was working on a truck long time ago, but we didn't get into the city. I never actually saw Boston, just sort of waved at it as we passed outside the city. Bill, that's what I think. That's what I'm talking about with Tony Marinaro on the Sick podcast. It's a good way to put it. He flaps his gums a lot. Like, so does Tony, but Tony's playing for an audience. Tony's playing a part. I guess Max is too, because I don't. They say sometimes to me some ridiculous things when you're got to be. I guess preaching patience isn't very exciting, and your audience wants to see something more exciting. Get mad and blame this one and blame that one. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. Excuse me, my nose is itchy. But every time, like, I see their clips, I haven't watched Marinaro in a while, but I see his clips. I'll watch those, and I know I've been listening to Marinaro since he started, and he's playing a character. That's it. Lapierre was he was that type of a player. He's just doing the same thing as a podcaster, I guess. I for one don't think just because you played the game that you can go out there and have ridiculous takes and that we should all just buy into them. Baron, Primo, and Doc. No, I think you got to exclude Doc from that. Doc is not a problem. Doc is a recovering athlete. He's recovering from an injury. Yes, he was cleared to play, but that's different from being comfortable with a rebuilt knee. And apparently that takes time. And countless other players will tell you the same thing. And I don't know why Doc's being grouped into there. I don't think that's fair. It's just like Tony is no fan of Papa Smurf yet. They beat Florida. They didn't beat Florida because they hate Papa Smurf, the players, and they just want to get back at him. They beat Florida like that. A big part of the reason is because of Marty. So, if you ask me, they're against Marty because they saw fans were talking about that. They want to please their fans. They start shitting on Marty. Their ratings go up. And the fans get what they wanted. But it's bullshit. And that's what's going on in politics. And probably half of you out there watching buy into that. I don't buy into that shit. That's all. Shit. Hagel. Tampa ties it up. Didn't see it. I was looking. Joe, it's your fault. I was looking at your comment. It's your fault, Joe. Yeah, I was looking at Joe's comment and I didn't see the actual goal. I just saw the aftermath. So, chance on one end, puck comes back the other way. Is that it? Yeah, listen, good move by Hagel. Hagel's a hell of a player. That was a hell of a pickup or a signing. I don't remember how they got him. I think they made a trade for him. Kid's a good player. It's what we talk about for Evans. Evans is that role, I think, that type is important if you want to be a winning team, having players like that. Well, probably Hagel's better than Evans. I get it, but Habs just took a penalty. Third straight power play for Tampa. Another hooking call. Hudson going off. He kind of did hook him, and the stick did touch his hands at the same time. Not much, but it did. Got the stick around the guy. It's going to be. But I mean, listen, when it comes to penalties, what are you going to do? Can't let the guy just walk in there. So he did something. We're going to do. Hopefully, we don't give up a goal. That kind of a swing like that. They just scored. You get one on the power play now. Oh, that's not good. Post for Hedman. Wow. Slapper from the blue line. Hagel was with Chicago. Is that where they got him from? Anyway, great pickup for them. That's a player you can win with. I know they gave up a lot for Hagel. I remember a lot of people saying, like, why would they give up so much? Well, that's why. So far, so good on this PK. Good play by Matheson. No penalty, too. Almost killed off. And they sent it down. They kill off this power play. Wow. Good job by the PK unit. 3 minutes into the second. Shots are still only 12-9. So 1-1 tie. If Montreal can get the next goal, big. That would be huge. Puck went out. Thank you for the Hagel history there, Gisela. Come on. Good save and cover up by Monty. That was close for the game getting a bit out of hand. So that's a sign of what they're talking about now, how they're maturing. And it's, learning how to, how do you want to put it? Stay focused in the games. I'm not putting it well. But they're learning. They're getting better. A lot of hockey left, though, but and man, we don't do well against Tampa in Tampa. I thought Caulfield was going to get one there. Hey, Lucas. Nice work there by Slav. Icing against Tampa. Oh, good numbers. 6-4-0, 264 goals against, 906 save percentage, 1 shutout, last 10 games for Sam Montembeault. So Monty's playing well. Monty's playing like a number one. The save percentage could be a little bit better, yes. Goals against, more product of the team in front of him. Nice takeaway by Devo. Oof. Man, if Armia would have hit the net with that. Nice takeaway, though, by Devo. It's just like you got that wrong. Ryan McDonough, it's not that he didn't pan out in Montreal. He got traded before he ever played here. I think the same thing for Vokun. He got one game, they put him in, he got demolished, and that was it. They sent him to Nashville. Isn't that what happened with Vokun? And Hainsey, he got his eye knocked out, torn out, whatever, and then went elsewhere. Isn't that what happened? Well, same with Sergachev, but you can't say they didn't pan out in Montreal when they didn't get an opportunity. Panning out means you had an opportunity, it didn't work, you went elsewhere. That's not fair to say about these guys. Sorry, but I try to be fair about it. Do the commercials. Yeah, I know where they were how they were traded, but they didn't play here. So it's not a question of did they pan out or not. They didn't play here. Words matter. Oh, he played 9 games. Oh, I'm wrong. You're right. He didn't pan like 9 games. So come on, he didn't. He didn't have a chance here, and he worked out in Tampa. Same thing for McDonough. Save, big good save, Monty. Good tracking and positioning for Monty there. Dangerous. Just like, I'm curious to something. Do you watch the game as it's being played, or like, are you constantly looking on the computer for these facts? You're missing a lot of hockey. How did you guys like the trade that they got Frank Mahovlich for Mickey Redmond? What do you think of that one? You should go farther back, even. Like, where does that come out of nowhere? That you like the trade? You did not like the Leclerc, Eric Desjardins. What's his name? There was another player in that. I can't just blanking. Um, how do you like? Where does that come out of? It's so random. Dion, thank you, Shazam. Gilbert and Born have Marcel's bro. Oh, that goes like whether you like that or not. It's so far back that I don't even know why you want to bring that up. Is all I'm saying. I don't know. It's just funny. Griping about old trades like that. I don't know what you get out of it. Ducks beat Oilers. Well, Ducks gonna win a game or two here and there, you know. It's just like very true, very true. Although, listen, in '93, it was '93, yeah. Um, Dion and Di Pietro, they were pretty good together in that playoffs. Just I don't know something about Gilbert Dion I didn't like. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Too much like Mario Tremblay. You think Gilbert Dion was like Mario Tremblay? I don't. No, I don't think so. Mario Tremblay was tough. I don't think Gilbert Dion was tough. A little bit cocky as a player. I think that's what I didn't like. So, if that's what you mean, okay. It worked for Mario. It didn't work for Gilbert. So far, good job by Montreal. You're doing what I was hoping they would do is keep with them. Don't get outplayed. Don't get into a hole. Heineman with a rip. Scores, Gooley. Boom, what a nice play. Wow, beautiful. Andy started that. Beauty. Andy just skated it all the way around. Speed, got it to Carrier. Carrier back up to Gooley. Gooley fired it in. That's what I saw. And it touches nothing on the way in. So screen. I mean, the goalie was screened. I don't know that he saw it even. Beautiful goal. 2-1 Montreal. Hey, Bruce. We're playing like two good teams in this league, yes. Listen, they're holding their own against Tampa, if not even a little better. But basically, they're keeping with them, right? They're doing what they got to do to have a chance to win in this game. That's it. I mean, right now, the current little streak, Montreal's playing like a top team, though. Yes. Shots are tied at 16. Score is 2-1 Montreal. Yes, just when all cylinders fire. I mean, when all cylinders fire, every team in the NHL is a good team. But the thing is, how often do all cylinders fire for Montreal? Right now, it's a good spate of games where all cylinders are firing. So they're showing progress. Bruce, is exactly what we need to be doing. They're playing a good team. Tampa's still a good team. Loaded with talent. Still has Montreal's number, especially in their own arena. So far, we're almost 40 minutes into this game, right? Montreal's played 40-minute game so far. Well, 35 minutes. He just hit the post, too. Nice. They ain't giving up. They're going for another one if they can get it. Icing against Lightning, under 5 to go in the second. It's just that those things definitely help, right? The injuries, no injuries. And yes, knock wood, no injuries right now. and stable lines that are working, right? And it, sometimes it takes a while to find those combos that work, consistently. It seems this lineup, which hasn't changed in a while, is working. Slav playing much better since he's been on line one, back on line one, and things fall into place. Tampa taking icing after icing here. Oh, so Devo got the goal? Oh, so Devo must have got the goal. Must have tipped it. It looked like it didn't touch anybody. Oh well. Wow, Montreal going on the power play finally. Jake Gensel out of the game. Late decision, and they said, but he's not in the game, Gensel, which is hopefully will work to Montreal's advantage. Line A time. We'll see. We'll see how. I don't care who gets it. Let's get another goal. Get some insurance in there. Braden Point. Chernak to the box. Tripping call, I guess. Line A one timer. Stop by the goalie. No, so far nothing. It's getting too. I don't know. They're in danger of just being predictable and just trying to get it to line it. That's the problem. $50 seconds left in the power play, so we'll see what they can do still. But second unit is out there. Just not like your serious question you're asking there. Minute and a half left in the second. Oh, wow. Evans with his 5th goal in 5 games on a 2-on-1 takes the shot. 3-1 with 132 left in the second. Wow. I'm going to get dizzy doing this. Just give it one. John Cooper doesn't look like he's happy about it. Something wrong. Nice. Right over Johansson's blocker. Up high. Ooh. Cooper's smiling, though. The guy's playing for a contract, man. He's in a contract year. Having a career year. 29 is his career high. That was his 23rd point. They come back for one. Really? Well, let's see if that's shit. Seemed like a big scrum in front of the net there. I see what happened. Fuck. That sucks. 3-2. Good thing for that Evans goal. Armia Carrier with the assists on Habs goal. Three-two after two. Oh well, at least they're going to give up a last-minute goal. They just got one, so it kind of evens out. What are you going to do? I got to go and pee. I'll be right back. I'll stop squirming as much. Wait, I don't know why I got that. Still, I did the Flyers podcast today. I'm going to change that. There, much better. All right, I'm back. All right, where are we? Where was I? That's your top six wingers. Demidov. Who? Well, you said you listed four there, by the way, but it's just not. I mean, it's obvious who it's going to be. Newhook will get shifted. Old news. Yes, Red Wings fired their coach. My opinion, not a huge surprise. I don't know. Is it the coach's fault? The problems they're having? Probably it's more like Yzerman's starting to feel the heat. And usually when GMs try to save their jobs or they're feeling the heat like that, they fire the coach a lot of times. So, I mean, he wasn't getting results. So, I think I'm going to take these off for the intermission. All right, anyway, we got an intermission. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Second period was, it was okay. I mean, we outscored them 2-1. I'll take that. We're still ahead going into the third. I was more worried going into this game that they would blow us out after us playing yesterday. They played yesterday too. Third period could be, the fact that they played last night and we played yesterday afternoon, that could come into play in the third. So we'll see. Anybody want third period predictions? How many 20 goal scorers on the Habs this year? None so far. Evans needs to stay. I agree with that. It depends. Does he price himself out of that? And because what's he going to be at best a third line center, right? So it depends what he's looking for as far as a contract. If he does like Danault and prices himself out, then but I'm hoping not. I would think Evans would want to stay. Might take a little less money to stay. Still, Joe, no one's hit 20, so I don't know. Caulfield, I mean, pretty much assured Caulfield's getting at least 20. Um, I don't know who's next closest. I don't know. I would think Suzuki's going to hit 20. I would hope Slav repeats at 20, but still, that's not assured. We hope Line is going to hit 20. I mean, other than that, I don't know. I don't know if you can predict. So there you go. Those are four guys I figure will hit 20. Was that four guys? It was not four guys. No. Rick, you're on your own. Nobody got questions? Nothing? Everyone's gone to the bathroom, too. Bathroom, kitchen, and get ready for the third. Prediction for the third. Well, you gotta know that Tampa's going to come out probably pretty hard in the third and try to tie it up pretty quick. So wouldn't it shock me if we get a goal from Tampa and we go to overtime, and that's it. That's all we get in the third, and we end up with a 4-3 game. And I don't know who's going to get the 4-3. That's kind of how my prediction is. 4-3 in overtime. I took Tampa, but Montreal's playing better than I thought they would in the second game of back-to-back against a good team. So Joe says Caulfield, Suzuki, Evans. I'm not sold yet on the fact that Evans will get 20. Gallagher, I don't think Galley will get 20. Heineman, same thing. I don't think so. Line definitely has the pedigree. You figure he's going to get more goals. He's going to get a lot more goals. So then you got 3 there. Did I add anybody else? I don't think I did. So we got 3. Oh, Slav, maybe 4. Although Slav too needs to pick it up. Be awesome if Heineman does. Galley too, but I don't know. Galley, I don't know. I don't feel like he will. He may come close to the 20. Slav only has 4, eh? But when you think about when he got put back on the line 1 this year, was about the same time as last year, and he ended up with 20 that year. He still has it could still happen. That's why I say that. Kind of a similar situation for him as last year. Newhook has 7. Yeah, Newhook could get 20. Forgot about Newhook, to be honest. I mean, the other guys, some of the other guys you mentioned could get 20 as well. I could see Newhook, considering Newhook's got what, 7 goals, 2 assists, or 3 assists now. Maybe he's got 4. How many assists does he have now? Yeah, they're showing. I just saw that. I don't look for me to be doing the Germany game tonight. This game is not going to finish till after the Germany game starts. So I didn't post anything. So I'm not going to be able to. I'm not doing it. I'm taking the night off. Still have a busy couple of days happening before the new year. Come on, guys. Oh, no. It's you guys. Come on, guys. I don't know what I'm doing now. I thought the game was coming back on. We just went to an intermission. Wake up, Rick. Anybody here with me? What does it say? 20. There's 20 people here. How come no one's talking to me? Where am I going to put Demidov next year? Well, where do you think, though? Where do you think? Where are you putting him? Well, I'm gonna put Patrick Laine on the third line. I'm gonna put Demidov in his spot. How's that? How's that? That makes sense. Hey, Andre, good to see you, man. It seems like it's been a while. Hope you're well. Detroit players didn't like playing for Lalonde, in your opinion. Why? Why would you say that? What? What did you see that gave you that opinion? Is that what you're asking Demidov about? Do you really think Demidov's going to come here and go to Laval? Besides the fact that I've said all this before, do you think he's going to go to Laval, though, really? I do not. So, but David, so you're saying that you don't think they like you must have a reason why you think that, though? No, can't just be you just pulling that out of the blue. Oh, they didn't like playing for him. You must have a reason. I thought Demidov. Like listen, Nick Suzuki started on line 4 on the wing. I think Demidov should start on defense, third pairing. I work his way up. Who's playing much better hockey? Detroit is playing better. Even though a lot of times you add a new coach, whether the old one was liked or not, you're still getting a new coach bump. So that might be all it is. You got to see how long that lasts. Evans has 10 goals now, halfway there. Evans could hit it. I'm just saying, the guys I thought, like, if you're, it's hard to tell with the other guys. That's why I didn't say more guys. But, Heineman could. Still a lot of hockey left, a lot of games left. They only need 12 or 10 goals. They could do it. Well, I'm glad you're not my coach, Gislain. Demidov starts line 1 or 2 wing. How's that? Probably line 2. Work his way up to line 1. Where else are you going to start Demidov? Is he a line 4 winger? Is he a line 3 winger? The situation with Scott, if you want to look at what's going on over there and go, well, over there, over there, he got games where he got no minutes, and a lot where he got 5. You think that's what's going to happen here? Did they draft him at number 5 overall to come here and play line 4? I don't think that's how it's going, right? They're going to play him top 6. And I think he's going to do well. I don't think he's going to get 100 points or anything like that, but I think he'll do well. Not everybody has to go to Laval. Proof, Hudson, Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield probably shouldn't have gone to Laval at all. But why Demidov going to go to Laval? Laugh didn't go to Laval. There you go. We are just about underway. Suzuki wins the draw. Important start to the third. It's very important how they start, in my opinion. Hey, Scorchy. So it's just that. Explain why you think he might go to Laval. Explain why you think that's the thing that you want to seem to insist that he'll go there, maybe. And born to be happy, we haven't had one Calder winner yet, so I don't know. We're gonna have back to back. Let's get the first one. Give him time on the ice to produce in Laval. They're going to want him to be producing here in the NHL. So a guy like that, your number 5, you bring him in here. If he struggles in his first 9 games, you send him to Laval. Why are you going to start him there? I don't think that's what they're looking at either. They're not going to start him there. So, did Lane Hudson need to go to Laval to develop? No. Nick Suzuki? No. Do we have no Russians here? We don't have any Russians. Do we have any Russians here? It's a good defensive play there. Desperate defensive play. Demidov will be what, 19 or 20 when he gets here. I don't know that. I don't think it's going to be necessary. I don't think you send a guy to Laval just to acclimate to North America. I don't think you do that. Want him to acclimate, acquire a Russian guy that can be his buddy. Almost 5 minutes gone here in the third. Still 3-2 Montreal. And we're up on shots too, 25-17. Line had his stick lifted if I was going to get a freaking 5-on-5 goal there. Like I predicted. So good shot by Armia, save Johansson. Good chance there. So the Habs still getting chances. Good sign. Be crazy if they can manage to pull off a sweep in Florida this weekend. No way at all going into this weekend. Any one of us thought they could possibly sweep these two games. They haven't yet, but not going to jinx it. But man, they're trending to it. They got to hang on, though. They're going to commercial. 14 minutes to go in the third. So where'd everybody go? Nobody wants to talk to me. Just Gislain. Born to be a Hab a little bit. That's it. Could Florida have 4 NHL teams? I doubt that. Besides, they're not looking there. They're looking at Houston. They're looking Kansas City, I think. If they're looking at Atlanta. I would think Tampa and Florida. I don't think they had any more in the Florida area. Oh, excuse me. Florida has 20 million population like Texas. Don't know if Florida has the same kind of money as Texas. Uh-oh. Gislain's going to tell us how many million people live in every state now. I'm afraid. Yeah, it was Devo deflected the goalie goal, the second goal. Gislain, that's not even funny. That's not even funny, to be honest. That was funny, the face-off. The two guys ran into each other, and Glendening fell over backwards. Man, Habs already have 30 shots. Took them a while to get their first game with 30 shots. Now they've had 3 since then, I believe. 2 or 3. Matheson. What kind of pass was that, Matheson? Seven minutes gone in the third. Tampa's going on the power play. Suzuki. St. Louis not happy with that. I guess with Arbor. Arbor took the penalty. Oh, New Hook holding. I thought that was Arbor. Why did I think it was Arbor? Oh, why did I think that was Arbor? Oh, weird. Yeah, that's probably not a good call. It's really hard to tell who was holding who. There's only one club in Quebec, unless you noticed. There's only one. Force of habit, what? Andre, probably because he's insane. That's probably how it came to his mind. Good job by the PK unit so far tonight, man. Good save, Monty. Couldn't stop. Couldn't hang on to it. Cleared. Oh no, not force of habit for that, Joe. I thought I saw 72 go down with that guy. I just thought it was 72. Hey, Thomas. So far, so good. So far, so good. Killed off. I don't know that we could have two. I'd like to have two. I don't know that Quebec could support a franchise now at this point, to be honest. But what we had back in the 80s, that's not different. It's different playing field now, man. It's a lot of money in Alberta with oil. Where's the money? What money's in Quebec? Alberta doesn't take money from the federal government. Quebec does. What money's there here for a team? We got hydro. Hydro is government, so the government makes money on hydro. Yes. In Alberta, it's they have a lot of oil stuff, so the workers make a lot of money in the oil industry. There's money to spend to go to the games. Who's got money in Quebec City? Who's got money anywhere in Quebec? Do I have a site to get them? No, you got to send me an email. I'll tell you how to get them, Lucas. But for you, it's easy. You're just here. If you want any, just text me. We'll work it out. There's also more money in Vancouver than there is in Quebec. Blended, right? It's true. It's just true. There's no money in Quebec for it. That's the problem. There's no money. Government sucks up all the money for language, for bullshit. What about Bombardier? What about him? NHL's not giving Quebec a franchise. I can tell you that. They're not. It's not just about a company having deep enough pockets either. It's about can the people go and support the team? Can they afford the tickets? Can they go? Can they? I don't know that they can. There you go. Right, Blended? Exactly. So it's just that Bombardier's in Falcor, not which I don't think is that far. It not in Quebec City. So that makes the difference. Yeah, I know where Valcor is actually. How does that make a difference? Can the people of Quebec City, because the people of Valcor aren't the ones going to go to Quebec City to go to the game. So the people in Quebec City have to be able to afford to go and support that team. That's a good one. Find it. Mr. Puffs. Imagine Mr. Puffs buys the hockey team. It's a good product, though. So far, I mean, so good in this third period. 7.5 minutes to go. And they score fourth goal. Heineman and Armia. Armia from Heineman. As I'm saying, so far so good. They score. Nice. Oh, I gotta blow my horn. Blow my horn. Dead elephant that time. Haven't won yet there, Lucas. Not yet. Don't jinx it. If we do end up winning, yes. Statement weekend. Oh, big save, Monty. Wow. Hell of a stop by Monty. Is Monty in this game? Monty's in this game. Canadiens cleared it, hit the jumbo screen. Guru, I'm not covering the World Juniors today. That game is just about to start. This one not over yet. Blend, I don't know if he watched or not. I'll find out though. .545 left in this third period. 4-2 Montreal. And none of that, they're up by 15 shots, 35-20. We're going to go on the power play. Doc draws a penalty. Matt is, we'll find out after he's talking in the group chat. I can see his name flashing up there. So he's not hiding, just not on, he's not on here. But he told me he wouldn't be in the game today. Anyway, it's just like you're not going to be able to convince me otherwise. You want to convince me otherwise? Wait till we change governments here. Kick out the separatists. Bring it. Although I don't know who's best here. There's no political party that's going to change anything, and we're not getting a second team here. Hey, Phil, how's it going? Canadiens looking good again today, yes. Another 60-minute game, and they got success so far. They're making a statement this weekend saying, hey, we're not out of it yet. Oh, excuse me. Be great if we can get a power play one. Keep the puck up the ice, boys. Giveaway by Suzuki. Four minutes left. Penalty killed off. So no go there, but we only got 3:12 left in the third. Cac's not separatist. That's funny, seriously. That's really funny. Cac's not separatist. That's probably the funniest thing I heard somebody say all day today. Oh, if only they got the empty net. The Tampa's net is empty. Get those words out. I was just laughing about that. Yeah, it's just like keep telling yourself that then. It'll make you feel better when you vote for separatists. When you tell yourself they're not separatists. Ooh, dangerous. Oh, Monty, big save. Wow. Kucherov not happy. He's complaining. Gallagher makes it 5-2 into the empty net. So there's no doubt about this win. No doubt about it. Yeah, good work by Andy to get the puck to Galley. So that's what, Galley's 10th? Wow. They sweep Florida. Oh my God. Jack Guy's so close to scoring. Wow. David, that's how it works sometimes, right? Up one week, down the other. Down one week, you're up the next. But you're right. A lot of fickle fans, and they don't have patience. And, you know, it was the end of the world. Wow. So they're going to be 8-5 for December with just just the one game left now, in Vegas. So they're going to have a winning record for December. They just swept Florida. That means the two teams in Florida. Crazy. Also, the third back-to-back situation where they have won both games this season. Well, well, well. And that's it. They beat the Lightning 5-2. Awesome. Awesome. Who's going to be the 3 stars? There were 5 goal scorers. I guess like Evans. Wonder if Monty gets a 3rd star. Armia, Evans, Monty. Armia with 1-1. Evans with a goal, a game winner, and Monty 20 saves on 22 shots. There's your 3 stars. The Lightning unstruck. Lightning unstruck. Hang on, just closing that up. Nice. Oh, what a weekend. What a weekend. So that puts them a little closer to being in the mix, got to say. If they could go and beat Vegas on Tuesday, I think if they beat Vegas on Tuesday, now we're talking this team's in the mix. Crazy. But it's what we've all been asking for. We want them to win. They're winning. All right. I have to get going because I've got something to do. It's an odd time this game happened, so I've got stuff to do that I would normally have done before the game starts, but couldn't do. let's see when tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, so I'm back on Tuesday for that afternoon game. It's a 3:00 start in the afternoon, and then I'm going to be doing the Canada-US game at the World Junior Championships at 7:30 that night. Matt will be joining me for that. He won't be for the afternoon game because he's working. So yeah, that's it. That's what I'll be doing. And we have our podcast tomorrow, so I'll be doing that too. And that is it. I'm going to take off quick. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it. Great game. Great weekend by Montreal. Till next time, stay safe out there. Peace out. Go Habs, go. And I'll see you all soon. And I'm going to take off. Ciao, everybody. Have a good rest of the evening. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you like this, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please share this video.